And you can get more information if you need that from Styx. And then July the 10th through the 12th is the ICMS Pine event. And some of you are going and spending the time up there with that. For those of you that would like to have a part in that, we're going to meet at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning the 11th, July the 11th, out back here. And we'll ride up to Pine. We'll get there in plenty of time to see the rodeo. You can participate in the rodeo if you want to. I'm going to participate in the slow ride. I'll be sure to win. But you can participate if you'd like to, or you can just watch, and then we'll still have a nice drive back and get back into town before dark or anything like that. So if you'd like to join us for that, put that on your calendar, okay? I believe that's all the announcements. This is a special day, Father's Day, and Belita has something to say to us about that.
So Mike has a word to say about that.
Yes, Mike has spoken.
As fathers today, I choose to pause, to be calm, to look into your face and say, I love you, Father. I love you, Dad. I love you, Abba, Daddy. Thank you for loving me. Happy Father's Day, Father. So I just say amen to that. That's good. There's a little story that I tell every Father's Day, but it bears telling again. And it is to exhort you men who have made a decision to follow Jesus Christ in salvation. And it is a word to those who have not chosen to do that as fathers. When I was growing up in my home, my father was, I called, a raging man. There was always something going on that he had to be loud about. And later on in life, he began to calm down. And then he made, when I was around 12, he made a decision for Christ. But I was always convinced that he made that decision because the guy preaching was his hunting buddy. And it didn't make a lot of difference in his life. It didn't change a lot of things. But then later on in life, he did seem to mellow. And I remember one night, after my mother had passed away, I would call my father most every week. And one night I called him, and I was concerned about his salvation, and so were my siblings. And one night I called him, and the phone rang and rang, and I thought, oh my goodness, I woke him up. And so he finally answered the phone, and I said, oh, Dad, I'm sorry, were you asleep? And he said, no, I was just laying here thinking how sad it was that Jesus Christ had to die the way he did for my sins. I said, oh, check that one off. I won't be concerned about that anymore. So that is just to say, if you as fathers have given your children the comfort of knowing that you know Jesus Christ and you will spend eternity in heaven, you have given them the best gift you could give them. So I exhort you, if you've not done that, do that. For yourself and for your children. I'm thankful for my father. He was a great provider. He was an honest, moral man of integrity. But last, if not least, he loved the Lord in the end of his life. And it was an example to me. I want to honor you guys today who are fathers. There is someone in your life, if you're a father, who has looked up to you in some manner. And if that has not been what it should have been, it's not too late. I know your children would bless you. And I want to bless you. And we want to honor you today with a little gift. Have a cup of joe on us. There's some ladies who's going to pass out some cards. So everyone who's a father, if you would stand up.
Whoa. Wow, that's almost everyone.
Did everybody get one? If you did
You
not
may not
get
have
one, raise your
one.
hand.
Larry doesn't have one. Don doesn't have one. Corn cob. Everybody
And I'm
now?
out, but.
Does anybody not have one? Delbert got one? There's one right here. Rick.
I'm done. If you've got a card, yes, sit down.
If you have a card, if you have a card, sit down. If you don't, please remain standing. You got one? Okay. I think we ran out just like. Perfect.
So did you
Where
want
else
me?
would be a coffee shop at?
Huh? There's one just across the street. You talking about where is one?
Yeah.
Yeah, just right up here on the corner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you pass it coming here.
Well, my one eye is on the road, so.
I understand.
And
That was good.
Corn Cob, we are thankful that you're one eye. So if you will join me now in prayer, a prayer for blessings to our fathers. Father, we do just lift up the fathers here today. And Father, we ask that each of them would be an example of who you are. And Father, that they would, as this day comes about, that they would be able to be rejoicing in the fact that they are fathers. And Father, if they're not able to rejoice in that, that you would help them to fix that, Father. Father, we know that you have set them up as examples. They are right there under Jesus Christ in the order of things, Father. And we just ask that you would touch each one of them today in a very special way. Encourage them, bless them, snug them up tight to you, Father, and love them, and help them feel the love of their children, Father, this day. Father, we thank you for this beautiful day and for the fact that you've given us an opportunity to openly gather together in your name and to be able to worship you and to speak your word without fear. And we ask you, Father, to please maintain that in our world. Father, we just give you most of all honor and glory for the word, for the fact that it has stood the test of time, and we know that it will forever stand the test of time. We thank you for the truth in it, Father, and for the fact that that truth will set us free. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Belita, and happy Father's Day to all of you. One other person has a car that could go with us. Who have I missed that has, Mike, I missed him. Who have I missed that has an antique car of some kind?
Classic.
Classic, yeah.
I got 68 El Camino SS.
Huh?
I got 68 El Camino SS.
You do? I've never seen it.
So,
Does it run? How about that? Mark just got an El Camino too. So you ought to drive it. Let us see.
can I ride my motorcycle anymore?
You can, but once you could drive it so we'd see it. I might want to buy it or something, you know? But you wouldn't sell it anyway, huh?
I need to drive it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I didn't know you had that.
We have one more very important announcement on the board.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, today is our 52nd anniversary. 52 years, it's amazing that she's put up with me that long.
She's
Okay.
a tough old girl.
What?
She's a tough old girl.
She's tough. She is tough. Tougher than you know. Okay, we're so thankful to have Corncob with us this morning. And we have a whole new worship band, basically. Colette is visiting with her family for the next couple of weeks. And so we have Gordon and Ansel. And I'm telling you, you're going to be blessed. I heard them in practice. They're going to do a great job. And we're thankful to have them to do that for us. Okay? All right. We've already prayed, so done the announcements, so let's get started with Corncob.